design computers to put stuff on to make it easier to find so that we can't find it when we look.
Whatever. Okay, so so you say, okay, Leonie is trust and alert. Lindsay, trust and innovation. Both trust personalities are mighty mentees.
That's interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is super interesting.
What
I
is
wonder
Linda?
if we did
A Zoom
a
sniper.
Zoom sniper.
So she's prestige and power. She's
Mhm.
come on as the Zoom sniper. I want to check who was Manya, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find Manya's quickly. It's on my drive. I might not find it, but let me look. If I can find it quick, then I'll let's type in here Manya.
And what was I? I was.
You were a rock
I
star.
was a rock star.
But you're a Zoom sniper rock star.
But
I'm
you're
also a rock
also
star.
Mystique, Peter. So
Mystique,
your Mystique
yeah.
is Let's have a look. Okay, that's that one.
It's actually interesting to see the correlation between the fascinate
Yes.
and the quiz.
That's kind of why I'm intrigued, because it's there's definitely seems to be a sort of pattern with.
There is a pattern, and I mean, obviously, with the fascinate has been, is a global thing, and the structure that was put in place, or the processes that were put in place to actually create that whole, is on like a whole new level, and for us to actually to create a quiz that actually correlates, or there's some sort of correlation.
Correlation is brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good. That's why I was so
Such a
intrigued. I said I have to
sniper.
ask these people. I got sniper too. Hello.
What, like 11%?
It's still sniper. Look at that. Manya is trust.
Yes,
As
there
well.
we go.
Oh my goodness! I feel a collaboration opportunity coming on.
And tell me what was Stephen? What is Stephen?
Best friend.
Stephen was very weird. He's a best friend, but he got a tie for first. Like, I think he had 33% best friend, 33% Caryn, and 33% sniper. Yeah. It was really, really interesting, Stephen.
I'm trying to think what Stephen was. Let me just look here.
Did you know he actually has 33% of you in him, Caryn?
Okay.
Stephen needs to show that a little bit more, hey?
Well, when we have our after parties, it comes out quite naturally.
Yeah,
Yes,
no, that is true.
it's definitely. Stephen is definitely. He's also alert, and I know alert and trust. Just trying to see what his third type is. Yeah, I don't have it on this one. Oh, there we go. In the popular. No, that's not it. Yeah. Anyway, very interesting. There's definitely some sort of
Correlation.
somewhere in here. Yeah.
Super interesting. I can't wait until we have that psychologist, doctor person from Switzerland join us. She said she's actually going to do the research around the quiz and like back it up with like rock solid like research results and stuff. So
Oh, that's
that
divine.
is maybe something we'll definitely look at, like the scientific like correlation and drawing
Yeah.
those charts.
Yeah,
and
because we
things.
didn't do any research. We just guessed.
We knew though. We know our people. Like that's how good we know our people.
Brilliant, actually, that you know your people so well.
Yeah, I agree. It's amazing.
What did you say? Stephen was split. He was me and Zoom Sniper
And best friend.
And best friend.
and best friend. And Manya and them were all mighty
Mighty mentees.
Yes.
mentees. Very interesting. I'm going to go and look when I can find him. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to find see what his third thingy was.
Yeah, that'll be super interesting.
It must be innovation or somewhere around there. To be up where I am, he's got to have innovate. Hang on. Yep. He's
Innovation.
tired of trust and innovation. Yeah. There's innovation there.
Hey! Oh my goodness, this is so interesting.
Okay, so
Yeah.
based on the facts, we are on par with some of the best quizzes in the world.
Well, apparently, of course, kind of,
Yeah.
sort of, like, yes. interesting. It's fascinating.
I told you when I heard it, though, there must be some sort of correlation between the different personality advantages that I do, because I know me and I know why I'm like I am based on Fascinate. So it's interesting when I heard the others, and then I see Marlon in action and chatting and stuff and how he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he's also that passion innovation, up in the top area.
Yep.
So yeah, there's definitely something about those personality types that network the same way.
It's really cool. It's super interesting. I love it.
Very cool.
Caryn, so
Guys?
thank you. Thanks for pointing that out. It's really cool. We have Miss Fascinate here with us.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, Caryn, so what I want to talk about first is you were at Tribe Tea Time last night, right?
Yes.
How did you find it, seeing that it was your suggestion?
It's actually quite amazing that you brought that up, because one of the things I decided I wanted to talk about today was exactly that. I haven't been to one in a long, long time. And in the tribe training, just meeting with, or just speaking to Declan about his app and what he's doing. And I definitely need to connect with him. But it was through hearing what the other people are doing in more detail, that actually you can fit in. And then also, I think it was, is it Megan?
Megan.
That said she's busy working with somebody as well that's to do with lecturing and stuff, right at my alley, university kind of thing. So although she's in copywriting, getting to know her and speak to her, she knows people that can open doors for me. So it's vitally important. It's not just a sales pitch and an elevator thing when you're networking. It really is about talking to people and getting to know them, because then you get to hear about sides that she wouldn't normally market. She would.
Yes.
So that's what it's all about. Building that relationship gives you that information.
Yeah.
Oh, that is super interesting. I can see you have a little bit of sniper in you.
I told you.
Definitely.
Maybe it's just logic.
I'm trying to recall what my percentages were, but apparently I'm only a percentage myself.
I understand.
That's about right.
Because my results were, when I did the quiz, I wasn't 100% Zoom sniper.
No, you also had some best friend in you.
Highly doubtful. I highly doubt that.
Look, Caryn, you must see the right after this when we do the talk with Linda, having Peter and Linda there. Oh my goodness. I'm just like, I'm a lonely Caryn. Help.
What is it? Okay, so tell me quickly the different kind of conversations, because I can understand, there must be a different energy. Is yours all strategic, Peter?
It is super strategic. Like for someone like me, I'm sitting there and my eyes are like this big. I'm like, I have to concentrate so much to just get through this conversation.
I mean, we were discussing it like it was a party. If you go to a party, different characters do different things. Some people walk into a party on their own and they're like, I've arrived. And they walk straight into the middle of the dance floor and everybody just kind of moves out the way and they do their thing and they're just so out there. And you get other people that arrive at the party and they can't arrive on their own. They need support of some people around them, and then they'll generally go to the bar and hang out at the bar and suss everything out until they start feeling comfortable, or until maybe they've reached a level where they're having as much fun as what everybody else is, and then join in. And some people will continue to stay on the outside and be quite happy to just watch everybody else have fun, and they're okay with that. So myself and Linda would be at the bar, whereas you would be in the middle of the dance floor going, what's wrong with everyone?
I would be right next to Caryn being like, this is my best friend.
So we just met, high-fiving.
And that pretty much sums up how people can be in business as well, and in developing relationships and in networking with each other. Some people will join our tribe and yet they won't really join. They'll be on the outskirts and just sussing everybody out, but it doesn't mean they're not part of the tribe. They're just doing things their way, and sometimes they need the encouragement or the balance of forming relationships with people that are not like them.
Absolutely.
And at the same time meeting people that are just like themselves, that they can actually have things in common with, that that's what makes them feel comfortable. If I'm going to go to a party, I don't want to walk into the middle of the dance floor. It's not me. I want to watch and see what everybody's doing, why they're doing it. Pretty much predict what's going to happen next.
But you see now, that's very interesting because I can do either or. That's why there's definitely that Zoom sniper, because it depends, first of all, on my frame of mind at the time. And it's the same with networking. When I have success at networking, I'm in that balanced frame of mind and everything's great. If I'm feeling overwhelmed or slightly off my game, I'm the one that'll also sit and suss out before I engage. So I can see where that small percentage, it doesn't happen often, but I can see it because I'm not always, I mean, I was put into a room on another networking group a while ago, about 3 months ago. And there were 2 people in the group that I wasn't that, like, you know, I don't know them well enough, but I'd had encounters with them that I didn't feel comfortable with them. And I actually just let them take the stage and I just sat back and I just let them do their thing and I sussed it out.
Yeah.
I'm not always in there going, hey, this is me, you know.
And that's the human element, right? We're all different. We're all different. Yeah. We do things different ways. And I think we were actually investigating this because we have a tribe. And our tribe consists of people that are all extremely different. And we want to have everybody feel included. But not everybody's going to feel included the same way. So we wanted to create a space where the Zoom sniper can feel comfortable not being 100% involved in all the big commotion of what's happening at the time. They're just sussing it out. And that's their comfortable space. That's where they thrive because they will see things that other people won't.
As long as, in my opinion, as long as they don't just stand at the bar. And
exactly.
Them,
exactly.
You know?
Which is why we've created a space where they can actually function in that space.
Which is brilliant.
Which is, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like what was interesting for me though was like even though the conversations were like vastly different, like even the way they were speaking was so different. Like I was still pointing it out. I was like, when we have the conversation with Caryn, it's basically you and me like talking over each other the whole time. You know? But when it's Linda and Peter, it's like she will say something in that. How do you speak again? Just speak. They're like they speak differently, and then you will say something in that say like slow and steady as well.
I was just going to say slow, and when I speak and answer, I'm going to give you this. I'm like blah, 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 blah.
But anyway, so there was like huge differences. But the one thing that both of you said, like as a networking tip, it is so important to show up as yourself. And that is why the Explore Project space works, because it's safe. You are expected to show up as yourself.
Yeah, you can't fool everybody in the Explore Project space by trying to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah, exactly. It's not consistent. You know, you can't. You can only do that. Eventually, you're going to see the cracks because you can only put up a front so many times. Eventually, you're going to have to just. It's going to. And then you know what's going to happen? You're going to be seen as a fraud because it's like, who are you?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's what Linda said. She said like sometimes she feels like a bit guilty because she doesn't come to all the networking cocktail parties and everything. But she was like, her thing isn't the cocktail parties. You know, she likes to come to the meaningful conversations groups, and she really likes the coffee shop show. But that's okay.
That makes sense. Yeah. I like that.
That's okay.
It is okay.
There is space for all of us in this tribe, and it's beautiful to see that people can actually just be comfortable and show up where they are.
Where they feel comfortable, It's important, though, because what is the point of her coming to that if she's going to feel like it's not her thing anyway, just to show up? Then she's not showing up for the right reasons. It's because she's keeping up appearances, and that's not real.
That's not real.
That's what she said. Yeah, that's exactly what she said. So that was so interesting.
I actually think after the conversation that we had that she actually felt a little bit more at ease because when we spoke through it, I think there was an element of her actually feeling like, well, I haven't been to this and I haven't been to that, and maybe I should have been at this and should have been at that.
Like, do I really fit in?
Do I really fit in? And I've had to really work through it, only to discover, yes, actually you do fit in, but you fit in your way. Not, you don't have to conform to fit in. There's naturally a space for you.
It's nice to know that, though. It's nice to get all the results of all the different people to actually post it so everyone can see it. Because then now that you get, the more you talk about the different types of personalities that network, like knowing this about Linda, Obviously, I've worked with Fascinate with Linda, so I see it different, but not everybody gets that. And there's people I haven't worked with Fascinate that I don't know. So when you get the results, then you can actually then say, okay, that's also why they're not present at this, because there are definitely traits, you know, for comfort in certain spaces. It's very interesting. And also structured, you know, they, like when Linda speaks, you know, that whole, even her anthem, valued, like focus, valued insight, focused action. That's exactly her. So a networking party thing is not a focused day.
And there's no focus around it. Like,
no, I understand that. And I like the party side of it. I like the focus when I'm focused on my work, but the rest of the time, it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. In business, when you're networking with people, and if you have a group of people that all do the same thing, they have the same characteristics, they're going to achieve the same thing.
I just have to show people this.
Over and over. What? My nails? Oh yes, I've been doing so.
But did you hit your nail, or is it nail polish that's chipped off?
No, this is actually not a fashion statement. This is actually paint from a motorcycle that I've been rebuilding. It comes off the skin easily. It just doesn't come off the nails.
That's the story you're sticking with.
That's the story I'm sticking with. But if you have if you have a team that all do the same thing, you know, your results are going to be quite predictable and not so great. If you have a team that is balanced, and one particular person has this strength and this skill, and another person has a different strength and a different skill, when you put that team together, you have a team that is that has a dynamic of they can cover every single aspect of what's needed within their skill set and their strengths.
Yeah, it's the diversity.
It's diversity, and it has that dynamic. And the nice thing about the quiz is that it actually highlights what the diversity is, what the strength is, what the difference is. And that way, when you're actually networking with people and you know what their networking character is, you can you can pull that into how you are actually networking, and network with people in such a way that you are covering your bases with people that balance you, as well as networking with people that are exactly the same as you, so that you have that space of being comfortable. So
I coached a client before I came on here, and also Mystique personality type, mixed with innovation though. And we were just chatting about how Mystique communicates. And I said to her, you're not when you send an email or you send a WhatsApp, mine is smiley faces, exclamation marks, like all this stuff, stars everywhere. They very much no fluff. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. And that's how they communicate in the networking groups as well. When they speak, because they don't often speak. And I was relating myself and her, because she's somebody within the tribe. And I was saying to her, like on the coffee shop shows or whatever, she tends to hang back quite a lot. But when she does speak, then people like hear what she's saying. I said, whereas me, I always talk. I'm always like, hold on, wait, hard up. It's more substantive sometimes, that's the not downside, because there's no downside to passion, but it's like, it's sometimes because we just all the time, it gets lost, whereas with somebody like that, you actually really listen because they don't often speak. So it's interesting as well, because you need that dynamic. You need somebody to catch everything that we're missing because we're so busy rah-rahing.
Well, actually, before we even created the quiz, there was a statement made saying that because I was obviously doing the laying down the rules in regards to the networking events and just making sure that people were adhering to the fact that they need to respect each other, and there needs to be that element of control when somebody else is speaking, to keep your microphone off, and like it's just common decency. And there was this thing of I would speak and people would just naturally go quiet and listen. And then the quiz was created, and then we're finding out that other people that have that element of that Zoom sniper from the quiz are also, when they speak, everybody naturally seems to go, oh, they're speaking, and keep quiet and actually listen.
Interesting, hey? Interesting how it relates to what I do as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because like people will, for example, like naturally like to listen to me because I'm always like, hi, how are you? But quote quoting people, they will quote Peter. Like, they catch his phrases and they will start quoting him, and they will be like, in meetings, I always pick this up, and it's so interesting to me. They're always like, remember Peter always says. Remember Peter always says. Where with me, I think they can't even remember what I always say because I'm always talking.
I don't even remember what I always say. Somebody in the meeting said, in the words of Peter, said this, and I was like, okay. Did I say that? Apparently so.
Very interesting. It's a
Caryn,
great topic, actually.
I have a question for you. Okay, so conundrum for the week, because we love to put Caryn in the spotlight. Show off Caryn. No, I just want to. So the tribe tea time format, right? The thing I'm wondering about this week is I want to really have it be an hour. Because sticking people on Zoom for 2 hours can really become a bit much, like even for me. Because like yesterday we were on Zoom for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I think the format that we had yesterday with everyone getting their 5 minutes to just talk about themselves, and we get to know that person, and then everyone gets to help that person. I feel like that really works. Like, but then how do we do that? Do we split the group into 2 groups and then everyone has time to, and then it's an hour? Because I really don't want to split them.
No.
Do we rotate it?
No, I think we keep it natural.
I do too. I think, you know what I would suggest? Make it like the beginning, everyone, even though we all know each other, go around and say like, make it fun. Give a fun fact about yourself or stuff that you don't know so you can resonate, things like that. And then if everybody gets, they don't need 5 minutes, they can give 2 minutes. At the moment, looking for the ideal person that you'd like to work with. Who would you like to be in touch with? Give me the character, or what is your ideal client that you would love to work with? Tell me about that person. So it could be somebody that's the music, Declan or whatever. It could be, not Declan, what's the
Russell. That's Russell.
It could be Russell, and Russell says, ideally for my platform, this is the perfect type of person I would look for. That triggers you to go, I might not think artist, but when he says something, oh, right, Mo, she could get involved with that because this is, so it's talking more about what your ideal referral and ideal client would be as opposed to what your business does. That makes sense. And that way we get to hear more about what it is that they're actually looking for and how we can help them, as opposed to just what my business is all about. Well, I saw that. Like, that was great.
Good timing, eh?
So I think maybe
that.
a relaxed format, not all structured, but just talking more. Definitely fun facts, because it's nice to know that about people, because you can resonate on, like the fact that you like dancing and I like dancing, and there's things that we can tap into from that. But definitely speaking about what your ideal referral would be. Like if you could wave a magic wand and you've got the perfect client in front of you, describe that client. Who would it be? What would they be getting from you? What do they need? That kind of thing. Up your mind a bit more than just talking about what somebody's business is all about. Because sometimes, even in the space that Russell's in, I know what he does, but I don't know how to refer him. But if he can tell me more about what type of clients he's looking for, then I can look into my Rolodex in my head. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that one.
I like that. That is really cool. I really like that. Also, for you guys watching on Facebook, everywhere, and YouTube, fun fact about Caryn. Caryn is actually the National Martial Arts Champion or something. Caryn, what did you? I know you beat people for a living.
All this team knows is that you're an ass kicker.
I love it.
I used to compete specifically in K1 and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but K1, I was the first female fighter, kept fighting. Went up to the South African for K1. So, and
which is why we do business with her. We're too scared not to.
I think my story, though, the impact of the story is not really the fact that I did it. It was that I only started doing it when after I had 3 kids in my late 30s. And I had my first fight when I think I was 38. So it just shows you it's not an age thing. I mean, I fought somebody, my first fight, she was 4 kilos heavier and 23, and I was 38, and I kicked her butt. So most of them, it just shows you, for me, it was about breaking through a mindset, about believing that I can do anything. And you know what, when they close that cage door and it's just you and someone else in there, you got no one to go, support me. And that's the whole point of the whole story. You've got your support right up until your summit. When you go through that summit, you got to show up. You can have everyone around you to hold you and hold your hand, but when you take the step to go, you're in there on your own.
You go.
And I think if you can carry that with you in everything that you do, it's great to have your support structure, but you still got to get there. You still got to show up. And showing up is that summit, you know? So that's what it taught me, that if I can do that, I can do anything.
Oh, that's awesome. So if you want a coach that can do anything, include beat up your competition, Caryn Greeff, I will put her link for you in the description down below.
I'll beat them up with finding your differentiating factor, and then Stephen Westwood can help you put that into words as well.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Caryn, we have a lot of new members in the tribe. Again, I don't know what is happening, but everyone is finding us. It's really nice.
I don't blame them, of course. Why would you not want to be part of this tribe?
It's really, really nice.
Definitely.
Do you have some words of wisdom for them?
If you're a Zoom sniper, don't hang on the sidelines.
Come make friends with the Caryns. We're nice.
No, I'm teasing. Actually, no. Just try and get involved. You know, you don't have to, as we said last week, you don't have to get involved in everything, but get involved. I actually have asked both Declan and somebody else. I said I was going to set up one-to-ones. I reached out to Latabu. I reached out to Declan and someone else I put here. But I want to get to know them more. I want to know what they. I mean, Declan doesn't. He's a teacher, but it's the platform. It's the it's the everything else. And how can I help him to what I'm doing? So that's why I think it's, if you don't want to come to all the great networking events, at least reach out to somebody that you think you might resonate with and try and find out about them. And even if you book one once a week, just book something with a different member that you can really get to know them, and start off with the ones that you resonate with immediately. And then sometimes the biggest surprises and the people that you least expected from are the ones that you actually, because you're so different in personality types, you would never think that, I'm going to hook up with them, or their businesses aren't going to actually, it's not something that you would look at. Those are the ones that you should actually meet with, because often it's those gems, and you don't expect it because your businesses aren't the same, but the referrals that you can get are amazing.
Yeah.
So be open-minded, be open-minded about meeting people. Go there with the thing of meeting people. Ask questions, a lot of questions about people, about their businesses, about what they do, and expect awkwardness, because it happens. You're going into a big group, especially if you're new, you might feel awkward at first, but manage that inner critic and know that it's okay. It's just time. Just get to know people. But if you don't show up and you don't reach out, you're just going to be standing watching all the time, and you're going to miss out on so much.
Yeah.
So get involved, definitely.
I love
Even if you're shy. Even the shy people think networking is just for, extroverts and stuff. It's not. It's for everybody. And just put yourself out there your way. If it's to observe, you'll find areas that you can participate in, and it'll come to you. Just show up there. And when the time is right, it'll happen. That's my advice.
I love that. Thank you so much, Caryn. That's beautiful. And if you're a Caryn, like a rising star that's new and coming into the tribe, what advice do you have for those special people that are like...
If you are a rising star, then you have no problem speaking, so speak. When you've got that opportunity to do it, you get the platform to be able to give your advice to, like if you look at us, it's hearts up all the time. We're all very involved. And even if we don't sit and go, well, what if my answer's not right? It doesn't matter, because you can say something that it's just one thing. And if one person gets something that you're saying and it resonates with them, then you've won. You've got, it's the little wins. You're not trying to go out there and be on a center stage and take over. It's just about people getting to know you, and reach out to people, rising stars as well. I mean, we are easy to talk to. So reach out to us first if you want to, and rising stars get to know each other, and then let's help the rest of the tribe get involved.
Just one tip, if you try to set up a one-on-one meeting with a Caryn, a rising star, you be prepared for an admin nightmare. For me, example, you have to hack into my website or send an assassin or a smoke signal in order to be able to talk to me. No, it's not that bad. Literally just reach out. It's exactly what Caryn said.
Exactly. And you know what? We might take a bit longer to respond, but we always respond.
I love that.
We do.
Good save.
And my tip is on WhatsApp, when you read a message and you don't action it immediately, mark it as unread again, so that it'll not disappear out from the top of where you are. That's what I do. If I'm busy with something, I'll read it and then I'll unread it, so that when I look at my phone again, it's not gone. Because if I don't do that, I won't get to your message. Too many come in and it's like, I forgot. Sorry.
That is very smart. Peter has this method of working through my WhatsApps that is really amazing to me. Like, he likes to click on messages, not respond to them, and then leave them.
Order of importance.
And then you forget.
I do
You don't
not
see it.
understand. I am so like, I'm like, I will like, I mean, how do you even manage to do that? Like, as a Caryn, I'm like, click on the message, and I'm like, no matter what I was doing, I'm like, that's why I ignore my phone most of the time, because I know, like, I can go from typing an email to just wanting to quickly check something on my phone, to looking at the message, to being reminded of something else I was supposed to do, to go and read the book that I was, and like,
You are so rising star.
with Peter.
Tiny object. Woo.
No, I'm the opposite. I'm like, is the world ending? No.
I'm like Dory. Hello.
I love that. That is awesome.
I think for people out there that haven't done the quiz, that are interested in networking, the quiz almost gives you that edge. That I'm sure we'll step the link into the description, and
It's already there.
it's already there. See, there we go. Go ahead.
It took me 6 months, but it's there.
Go ahead, do the quiz. It'll just highlight where you are best in networking, what your skills are, what your strengths are. And if you are networking with a group of people, it's great for them to do the quiz too, because it's good for you to understand where they're at and where you're at.
And it's a good conversation starter. So if you don't know what to ask them, you can ask them, oh, what type of personality are you?
Absolutely. Also, another thing is just for newbies coming in, set reasonable expectations for yourself as well, for the group. Don't come in and go, oh, I'm not right. We've all been here for a long time. The more you get into the group, so give yourself time. Show up and give yourself time, because it takes time. We didn't just all get on. Some of us did, Nestine and I, but you don't just all get on and immediately click. It takes time to get to know people and to show up and listen to them and ask them questions and introduce yourself, and it takes time. So just be sure that you're setting reasonable expectations of how this is going to unfold for you, and that you're putting in what you need to do to get what you want out of it. People sometimes come in and they go, oh, it's such an amazing tribe, and why am I not connecting immediately? Because it takes time. You don't just walk in and go, here I am. So especially if you're not a rising star. So just give yourself time to actually get into the group. Give it time for it to work for you.
It's like coming into a new family, isn't it? It's like you have to spend time building those relationships. But then once you have them, you have a family, which is like... And they're all entrepreneurs. They're just like, oh, I have a brother and he just happens to be like this amazing entrepreneur. He can sort out all my marketing. And then I have another brother and like he lives in the UK, and he writes copy for a living. And then I have another brother, and it's just that's what it's like. It becomes like that, but it takes time.
It does take time, and it will get there. I mean, look at all of us. We're not any different or any special. There's a whole bunch of mixes. We're mentees, best friends. We're all friends with each other, though. We just operate. But we've gotten to know that about one another, and that's why it's so easy now.
I mean, I wouldn't want to live in a house that was built in 5 minutes. No. Build it properly and it will last. So
exactly. No, I definitely think that this is such a beautiful space, though. It really is. I mean, we've had so many good times. We've had such good things coming out of it. We've helped each other. We've supported each other. The other thing is, if you know that people have got certain relationships, you're pretty good at doing that, Nestine, in the beginning with, introducing. But if somebody wants to meet somebody and they don't know how to reach out to them, ask someone that knows them, that you're already connected to. Why don't you set up an introduction for myself and so-and-so? I'd really love to get to know them. And even if you ask one of us to help you to set up those meetings, I've got no problem helping somebody if you want to talk to someone and you don't know how to. So that's what it's here for,
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Caryn. That's awesome. Caryn, before you go, because I know we have to let you go, unfortunately. Like, I would continue this conversation for the whole day. But do you have any advice for this tribe? We are currently breaking into the UK market, like looking for all of our tribe mates that live in the UK. How do we go about finding them and making sure that we build that tribe like as authentically us as we did with this one?
Okay, you guys have got a process for getting people to come to this, right?
Yeah.
So are you following any of that process with the UK way you're doing it? Or is it just going in saying we want to build a networking event? What do you think?
Like, we are, but the thing is, look, when we started this one, we had a lot of connections, obviously everywhere, because there's no parameter. But turns out we don't have that many connections in the UK, so it is more difficult to get the LinkedIn thing to grow, because that is our process, like reach out via LinkedIn.
How many of your tribe members know people in the UK that could invite them to a networking event?
Well, Stephen lives there, Russell lives there.
Yeah, but people that are here, that are in the group, I know quite a few. I know people that have got businesses there. You know, if I put my mind to it, to think about it, if I know what you're looking for and how to do it, then I can help you with that. Another thing to do is maybe go and hang out in some of the free network groups that they've got there already and meet people that are there. Just go, because it can help your business, first of all, but go in and meet people. I mean, even if we drop in, you know, go in and see them and then see who you can, if you can open up a network through that. Somebody else that might know people, or that's an option that I would maybe try.
That is really good.
And there are free ones. There's a lot that you can just go for, even if it's first or second visits, go in and just go see if there's anyone there that you resonate with that actually has businesses there, and maybe they can open up the door to other business owners.
I like that. Thank you, Caryn. Okay, cool. So now I see why we are going to do Tribe Tea Time the way you suggested, with the who's your ideal referral, because then I'm going to say entrepreneurs in the UK that are just like us.
Yeah, exactly. But isn't that what it's about? That's how because if you don't ask for that ideal referral right now, nobody knows. They know you're doing a network thing in the UK, but our brains aren't wired to go, okay, well, maybe I should. We just, that's wonderful, fantastic. You know, let me know if I must come to the event, but you don't think, what do you need for that? So maybe that's why I say ask the questions and ask for the ideal referrals.
I see.
Other people are looking for.
Oh, that is amazing. Okay, and then obviously the more tribe mates we find over there, the easier it's going to be. And then I'm so excited for that day when we get to wake up and we're like, okay, I'm doing breakfast networking in Italy, and then we're going to Paris, and then we'll visit Jeff in Las Vegas, and it's going to be amazing.
I love that, hey? Why not? Dream big. Of course we can. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Caryn. You've been absolutely amazing as always, guys.
Thanks for having me here. You know, I love to speak, so for me, I'm in my energy wellspring every time I do something like this. So you leave me feeling like woohoo.
Oh, that's amazing.
So thanks. It's great fun.
Guys, trust me, you need this woman by your side. Set up a one-to-one with her. Get her on board as your coach. She will show you fascinating things, and she can beat up your competition. We will put her link in the comments and in the description. And yeah, just reach out to this woman. She's incredible and a huge, awesome networker. I tell everyone you're one of our networking champions, which you are. So yeah, if you want to learn to network, also Caryn.
Oh, thanks, Nestine. Thanks, Peter.
Caryn, maybe eventually we team up for like a course on how to use your fascination thing to network.
The two of you in a course. Oh, that's scary.
I can tell you now, especially in the virtual space, you see how contained I am? You know, a little bit of this. If I'm in a normal event, you know my energy. I can teach you.
Looking forward.
I can teach you. Watch the body language. Watch what you're doing.
Watch my body language.
Or like this, looking at your cell phone.
Or looking for an exit.
Yeah.
Oh, we froze while I was looking for an exit.
Fun times.
Isn't
anyway,
Caryn,
we have to let you go. We also have to go.
Yes, guys. I'll chat to you.
Thank you so much. This has been so fun.
It has been awesome. And I really love these chats. So, yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah. Guys, catch us again next week. Same time, same place to learn more awesome networking skills from the one and only Caryn Greeff.
Bye.
See you. Ciao.